Hello, I'm John Lefersky, and I'm presenting on Essay 3 for my group. Starting with the Civil War, the war started as a result of decades of political conflicts and internal hostilities over the establishment of Lebanon as a state. A lot of the instability can be traced back to the 19th century, when France and other European powers created relationships with sectarian groups in order to gain power in the region. By the 1980s, the city of Beirut had become completely divided by rival warlords. The, the war caused the division of Beirut between the east and west, almost right down the middle, through the center of the city. This formed a highly deadly and violent zone right down the middle of the city. Mortar and gunfire rounded the edges of buildings, smoothing the facades, making the buildings nearly unrecognizable. The distinction between private and public space was slowly whittled away as property ownership stopped being respected. The war also affected traffic patterns and rhythm of movement substantially. Laws were made about when people could be outside. Solidere was the company that was tasked with rebuilding parts of the city. Their master plan was proposed by Lebanese architect Jad Tebet. His goal was to maintain the essence of the pre-war souks, add more open space, and preserve archaeological discoveries and integrate them into the design. The attention paid to archaeological preservation suggests that the city center would not just be a tourist attraction, but be a site of history and pride of Lebanese heritage. Many of the new spaces were being organized around war-torn buildings that had been excavated. Though it was marketed as a recreation of the pre-war facility, citizens of the city saw it as something that is entirely novel, something that has no historical depth, as said by Suri Makdisi. Citizens questioned the logistics behind calling the new project a souk at all. The modern stores and shopping patterns make it feel more like a shopping mall than anything. The project was said to be a corporate attempt to spectacularize history. Reconstruction and its issues. The Beirut Central District was constructed with a focus on three major elements: retail, housing, and office. These foci, in turn, caused pedestrian and vehicular traffic to be a major part of the design as well. The souk was designed to have four levels of parking underneath in response to the increase of retail demand and new reliance on cars. The souks operate on two levels. The first level follows the topography of the site, meaning it was on a decline. The upper level connects directly to the streets known for heavy foot traffic. Storefronts were designed farther from the street to allow for wider sidewalks and in turn more pedestrians.